Hello. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're working on Merc. Yeah, basically I don't usually work on cars like that. Like I'm BMW electrician, however it's my good friend's car. Basically he uses this car for trailer, for towing cars, and he has self-made winch, electric winch system where he plugs positive terminals from the car to the trailer. He is able to use the winch, take the car on the trailer. It's fine, everything like that. He has a system like that where he simply plugs positive terminals to the car. Everything seems fine, everything works. Like you just put it here, plug it to the trailer, use it on the tow winch. I'm not able to remove it. But yeah, as he was using one of the times with the trailer, he managed to put the positive cable on under the trailer and basically just short circuited, and basically the car just started smoking everywhere. So we will be putting the fuse just to make sure that this problem wouldn't occur again. And that's it. I will show you how I'm gonna do it. Just basically from the quick inspection, we can already see that wiring is damaged. Seems like only this thin positive cable which goes from the battery to the fuse box is burnt. So we will be changing that. We will be changing this positive cable, as well as I mentioned before, we'll be putting fuse for winch to prevent this from happening again. We purchased the mega fuse holder. We purchased some mega fuses. We'll decide what amperage do we need, what power winch is, as well as we will find where to put it. Because at first I thought that I'm gonna put somewhere here, but as I can see over now here, oh, I think I found a place. Here between 7 and 8 points, it seems like there's nothing behind it, so we're just gonna put it fuse there. So yeah, that's our idea is done, but first of all we will probably need to take out the battery and check what damage we have here. Because as we come to here, there's not that much damage, but it seems like this wiring goes through this box. It might have more cables over here as well. So we'll need to remove the battery, unplug all those wirings, check if anything else is burned there, and that should be okay. So yeah, let's start with the removal of the battery. You already see there is 13 over there. There's some self-made holder here probably. Not sure if it's holding anything. It doesn't look like it's holding anything. Well, we'll remove that somehow. There's okay, I will not ask about that. Okay, so we removed the bolts, everything. It seems like this battery holder is moving. We need somehow to push it to the front. To be fair, I have no idea how. But let's try to do something. At least we try to lift it there. We see moving. Okay, then everything else is holding. Okay, if we remove bolt over here, then we will be able to move this positive cable to the right, and that should help us a lot. Well, apparently we will be changing this terminal bolt as well. Didn't plan to, but old Mercs, you know. Okay, we see that LPG is used, not letting us to remove it. Let's see if I can unplug this one. Yeah, we'll need to remove the ECU as well. And we see that something is holding at the bottom as well. See some kind of clip there. Gonna quickly unclip it. Okay, that will do. We will just probably remove the negative terminal as well. We'll probably just remove the negative terminal as well, and we will be able to get out the battery of here through here. And that way we will be able to access the actual cable. Unplugged, and if we will try just to finesse this through here, we'll be able to remove it. Okay, now we just need to undo those clips, which starts over here. And we already can see that this cable is not in that bad of the condition. Just slightly burnt over here, but either way, we'll be replacing this part of the cable as well as in the inside. Still need to undo the last bits of this plastic bit. You see that the whole positive cable is in really great condition. There's no fire damage to our cables. But yeah, we will just remove this positive cable and quickly replace it. After a long fight, we successfully managed, well, not successfully, but we managed to remove this plastic bit. So the rivet just turned itself inside out. So we cut it, we removed the plastic bit, and now we're gonna put lots of penetrating oil, and with vice grip we will try to get this thing out. So yeah, the problems are starting just now. Not apparently, but usually when there's fire or the cable gets hot, the plastic bits starts like melting, and that way the plastic hub just remove itself from the bolt inside out. So now we just put some penetrating oil and we will try to fight to unscrew it. After short circuit, the cable just got really hot and there's a plastic like nut. Well, the rivet inside plastic nut. But basically it just separated itself because of the hot cable. So yeah, I will be fighting that to remove it, and that should be at least first part done. So okay, after some struggling, some hammers, some cutting, some stuff, we finally successfully managed to start moving this bit. And of course, when I start filming, it doesn't move at all. So yeah, we managed to start moving. However, as you can see, still doesn't want to get removed. But now we just put 11 millimeter to it and turn just a wee bit more. And after many more struggles, we finally managed to get it removed. Well, hopefully. But as I can see, it started spinning more easily. But yeah, we got it removed. So it's done with this terminal. We'll be making new cable for this. And now it's time to struggle with interior cable, which is literally somewhere at the top. From over here we cannot see it, So we will try. So we will try to remove the bottom part of the dashboard, and maybe, hopefully, this will let us to access it this point. Hoping that when we remove glove box, we will have access. However, nope. Still need to remove this bottom bit. So we need to probably find some information where the bolts are. Remove those. After lots of struggles, I finally gave up. Realized that I will not be able to reach the positive terminal without removing the whole dashboard, the heater system, everything like that. So I decided and then spoke with the customer that we just gonna make a new hole, throw a new positive cable from the battery to fuse box. That way we will solve this problem. So we're just gonna do that now. Cut a new hole, drill a new hole, make a new positive cable, cut the old one just to make sure that it's not touching anything like any ground. And that should solve us a few problems. As we decided earlier, we're gonna make a wee bit different way our positive cable repair. So we just gonna drill hole over there. As we already checked, there is nothing underneath there, so it's perfect place for new positive terminal. However, we have different problem. Not the problem, but this positive cable which comes, I believe, from ECU, not sure. But we need to connect it somehow. So what we did, we cut the old cable. We cut the old cable which from fuse box, which looks just like that. We isolated it, that it wouldn't be touching grounds or anything like that. And we're gonna use this terminal to connect different positive cable from positive terminal to ECU. Let's say it's ECU. Not sure, can't be bothered to check. Yeah, we're gonna make one positive cable for this part, and then another, which we already checked while we were searching for positive cables. So yeah, that's the old positive from Merck, that's inside bit of Merck's cable, that's new BMW cable. Of course I'm gonna use BMW cables. But yeah, we found this BMW starter cable, which is perfect length for our job. So we're just gonna use this cable for fuse box and winch. And we're gonna make new cable for everything else. Well, for the ECU. So while we're waiting for our drill to charge up, we're gonna quickly make our positive cable for ECU. So we know the length of the positive cable. That one can go for 2.8. So we're just gonna quickly make it from BMW cable. It doesn't need to be as thick, because by the end of the day now it's gonna be used only for ECU. But yeah, we will use hydraulic press, and simply first of all, I always like to make my cables just a wee bit longer, because then they're serviceable by the end of the day. And basically we just gonna cut it there. Just double checking. Seems okay. Yeah, I was about to say that I could be using a proper cutters to remove the plastic shield from the cable, but I always find those work the best for me, the most comfortable for me. As well as I kinda want to make the same, not dimension, but the same, that the terminal would be looking at the same side as an original. And also what I love to do is to do not one crimp, but like few crimps. That way I'm 100% sure the cable will hold. So I'm just doing our first crimp right now. Our second crimp. We already see that it's properly crimped. It managed to survive our pull test. We're just gonna do a third crimp just to make sure it's gonna stay in place forever and ever. So that's our crimp. Looks amazing. I'm just gonna cut a bit of thermal shield. I'm using one with glue. That way it just gives extra safety, as well as it's a bit thicker than original. Then one without glue. Hey, that's our first crimp. I'm gonna not forget to put the second one as well. And like I said previously, just love to have the same, look at the same side as before. That will do. Just quickly gonna crimp those as well. Finished already. Then a final crimp, like I said before, just to make sure, just to be safe. Quick pull test, everything seems okay. Just gonna take our fan, heater, heat up the shrink tube. That should be okay. So that's our positive cable nearly finished. Just gonna take some shielding tape, gonna put it in, finish heating up the shrinking tube. And that's us finished with a small positive cable, with short positive cable. And next on our agenda is gonna be making this positive cable as well as fuse, putting fuse for the winch. So we just picked up this tube. I'll try to manage to cut it. And simply just put over it. Let's try from this side. Just need to get over this mountain. Okay, we're gonna pick do once more with a bigger. Apparently we could have done that before we put the shrinking tube, but it will be okay. Again, we need to cut and that's our positive cable finish. That's our small positive cable finish. Now we're just gonna drill a hole, feed the new cable, and start putting everything together. So we finished with cable, go through the firewall, put some sealant just to make sure that no water would get in, and now we're gonna start putting everything back together. So I'm not gonna use that bit which I was fighting to remove. Just gonna use a simple nut and glue back this plastic bit just to just to make extra safe. There shouldn't be any shards around there, but either way, it's better to seal it than not to seal it. But yeah, to do that, we need 13. And I lost that already. Making sure that it's visible. So we managed to put the cable now in place. We still need to seal that one. We put some shielding over here just to make double sure that it's extra safe, just in case of vibration, that it wouldn't cut the cable, that this wouldn't short circuit anywhere, because at the end of the day we are doing something not original, so just making sure everything is as safe as possible. So we just gonna put that 13th, which I showed you before, and then we will have to decide where to put the fuse box for this cable. So that's us done with outside bit. Just need to put battery, everything like that, but we can now move on towards working on the fuse for the winch. We finalized the location of our mega fuse box. So we have not original, but the cable which was in this car beforehand already taken. There isn't too much space here, so we need to work with every millimeter we got. So I think I will make another jumper cable between this terminal and this terminal. Just a short cable to get the power to this mega fuse. So yeah, let's go to make another cable. It will probably be enough with just finger thick cable. This time we need both to look at the same place, so it's gonna make our life a bit easier. And then another cable over here. Cutting. Just making sure it will fit. I'll cut just over here. The shrunk tube just to isolate and make everything look more beautiful. And let's form it. That way it will be easier for us to work. So yeah, that's amazing. We have this jumper cable. We have jumper cable now. It's time to fit everything snug in here. If we struggle. Just gonna make sure not to push this cable too much. Okay, we made just a wee bit too long cable. But if we move this cable over here, this magic here, gonna make some gap here as well. Those holes are making our life a bit more difficult. Okay, now if we put everything here back in place, put the mega fuse here. Now it's time just to struggle just to get this bit hooked to here. And from what I see, if I put just bolts there, everything should be okay. So we need to do this cable as well. If we push this cable through this loop over here, everything should be amazing. So okay, now we put those. Just gonna put our nut. That's perfect. So we put nut here. We have positive cable coming from the top. We need just to isolate that as well. And we need to put something over here just to make sure that it stays in one place. We finish with our fuse box, well, mega fuse holder. We put some self-tapping screws. It's gonna work, it's fine. So now it's time to put a battery in and do a check if everything is working. So that sealant like nearly dried out, it's fine. We're still gonna wait through night for it to fully dry out. But at least it's not gonna have any holes, like the water will not get in the car, inside the car. Okay, the battery's in. We're gonna remove. So that's in. Now it's time to put all those terminals which we just made and check if everything is okay. So that's our first terminal, our fuse box. And that's our second terminal. So that's our positive terminals in place. Finish with those ones. Finito. Okay, that will be enough to start. You can hear the pump running. Okay, good. Just gonna make sure nothing is inside in, nothing is gonna be sucked in. All good. So yeah, the first start. Yeah, the speed light is because of the battery turned off. Because of the battery. But as you can see, it disappeared. Yep. It works. Yeah, at least the car is running. Could be just exhaust leak or something, because we were not putting anything over there, but it's fine. Besides that, everything's, yeah, from the smell, it's just the exhaust leak. But yeah, it seems like everything is working. So now we're just gonna finish up putting everything back together, putting plastic bits on, and that's it. After many more struggles, we finally finished putting everything back together. Everything holds, battery holds, terminals are okay. That's decent. As well as we put everything here back. So the mega fuse is hidden in the original spot. If I be able to turn, you can see that literally just underneath here. So at least we get a clean look. But yeah, everything works. So yeah, that's us finished with this car. Everything seems working. Fuse is easily accessible, as I already showed you. Hopefully the fuse will hold the jump starts and winch. If not, then we will put bigger one. But I don't really want to put a too big of the fuse already, because just in case if anything goes bad, that the fuse would burn, not the cable. But yeah, everything seems working, everything's good. The car didn't set on fire yet. Well, hopefully it will not set on fire, but yeah, hopefully we solved that problem, we solved the future problem. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, please subscribe, leave the comment, everything like that. And also, if you enjoy this video, make sure to check my other videos, which the link should be somewhere around here, hopefully. But yeah, that's it for today, and see you next time. Bye.